Okay, so today is January 31st, 2025, which means tomorrow and the weekend is the 1st and the 2nd of February, which in the Celtic world is halfway between winter and spring. And so it's a time to walk barefoot if possible, to kind of commune with the mother in all of her forms. Um, it's a good time to do any kind of a ceremony that you want to do with a candle, or it could be intention setting, anything that gets you in your body and connecting with the seasons and the earth. Um, you know, tea, journaling, all of those things that really connect you. We're really trying to get your analyzer's attention that it's not the center of the universe and to connect with what is the center of the universe, which is the beingness, right? That space between the cells and the atoms. And people have different kinds of rituals that they're kind of attracted to. So I encourage you to find what your body wants to do, and
Got
then spend more time than usual doing that kind of thing tomorrow and sat on Sunday. This this is a 9 year. This is all about completion. Um, Americans know nothing about completion of any variety. Um, but the thing that's about completion years is that means embedded in it is it's lots of beginnings. And they're not hard and fast written in stone beginnings. They're like live, right? You've heard me talk about we're going live. We've been getting ready to go live for a while now, and we're going live now. And part of live means that the future is unpredictable, which is a great hypnosis to be waking up from. The whole idea that you get born, you go to school, you meet somebody, you go to college, you marry them, you have 2.4 kids. None of that is true. I mean, I heard recently that whole structure comes from 1930s. So it's totally antiquated, and it's been sold, and we have bought it as though it's the way things always have been and the way things always should be. Like it's the stasis, it's the norm that we're supposed to be in. But as many of us know, we don't fit into that norm. And that's what's changing, is waking up from the hypnosis of all of these premises that we've been living with as though that's the way it is. So it is, there's a lot of discomfort, there's a lot of disorientation that comes with all of this, but it is waking up, and it is coming into your own more. And part of coming into your own more naturally is coming into your body more. There's a saying, something like, if you don't own it, somebody will. And that's true for your life, but it's also true for your body. So um, keeping your T-bar clean, doing a gold rinse on your T-bar. We're going to play with that today. But being mindful of, putting the not for rent sign out, right? And really owning your energy and allowing for your future. What do you want to create? What do you desire and require? And a lot of times, I know for me, the first time somebody asked me what I wanted to run. It's like, don't ask me that. So there can be blockages to knowing what you want. And the way to find out what you want is to turn within and let your body light and heavy you in the direction. And get away from the idea that you're supposed to know what you want for the next 10, 15, 20 years, and it's going to look exactly like this, and here's my grocery list. That's really not the way it's going to happen. It never does really happen that way. The best way to do it is to turn within and find out what's yummy. What's yummy? What do you want? And what do you need? And it's all going to be yummy. So follow the yummy, or as the great Joseph Campbell says, follow your bliss. It's just changing what your navigational tool is, what your compass is. In the past, the compass was that model of the 2.2 kids and the dog and all that stuff. But it's a false model that is full of inaccuracies. So finding what feels good, what's a great idea, what do you want in the next 10 years, 20 years, but go for the sensation and the vibration of it. You want more spacious consciousness. You want a wonderful place to live that loves you and that you can love. Going for the this is a funny use of the word, but go for the sensational thing that you want. What do you sense is going to be more for you, greater for you? And there's going to be lots of tumult and distractions. So it's good to just think in terms of, like the Marie Kondo thing. Does this give me joy? Does this idea give me joy? Does this premise give me joy? Does this idea pin me in? Does it drain me or does it feed me? Does it feed me or what's going on energetically? So navigating more and more energetically and getting used to that. And there's can be there may be a certain amount of or a lot of grief this year for things that you're not going to do or things that are not you thought you really wanted them, but it turns out since they've never happened, maybe you don't, right? And so let whatever is going flow, right? And it's all information for you. Bodies love to talk and they love to communicate. They're more loyal than a dog, right? And they're always telling you what you need to know about your environment. So there's nothing wrong with planning. There's lots of places in our lives where we need to plan for things. But there's a way to plan that's like you're trying to write it in stone and it turns into a perfect picture. And then if that doesn't happen the way you planned it, there's a lot of trauma responses will show up. It should be different. I know better than the universe, which is what it should be different means. And the more you can be in your body and allow all these things to come up and flow and be engaged, so why are you so scared? What are you scared of? What can we do to alleviate that in this 10 seconds? So it's a great year for learning way new things about how to be on your side. What does that really look like? What is that as an activity? How do you participate with the thoughts in your head? It's really hard. I remember when I started, I couldn't track what was in my head. It was just in my head, right? And so again, sensation will guide you. And the more you go for the light and the spaciousness, the more you're going to find that you can be currently living in a reality that's kind and spacious and full of possibilities, while all those around you are not. And everybody has choices. And you never know what system they're working in. Everybody, if you think of yourself and everybody as a universe unto itself, there are laws, there's conclusions, decisions, assumptions, impressions, things that happen that make whatever they're thinking make sense to them. So let it make sense to them and let your reality make sense to you. Make sense?
That was beautifully said all the way through. I took notes constantly. Amazing. Yes.
Yeah, it's a big time. So when you find yourself reactive or scared, remember that triggers are clues where your gold is. So wherever you're triggered, you're gonna find on the other side of the process, you're gonna find a huge chunk of yourself you didn't even know you'd lost. So the payoff is ginormous. To have compassion and even patience with your impatience, or patience with your fury, or your feelings of brokenness, whatever it is. Again, the more you can engage, be in the center of your head and act like you care about you, and you'll get through it because your system already knows how to do that. So you'll get to the other side and you'll have this huge piece of gold of you that you never had before. And this year is out to help you with all of that. Any questions?
I like it. Sounds good to me.
Okay. All right. Well,